We're doing a dynamic duo this time. Fantastic, more the merrier. So, put your hands together for the incredible triple diamond, founding diamond, Bart, Kotter, and triple ambassador diamond, Malcolm.
All right. Now's the time to put it all together. You didn't spend, you didn't invest. I don't want to say spend. You didn't invest your time to be here. Your time, your effort, your energy, cost of the tickets, accommodation to come here and just go home and do nothing. Did you? No. I certainly hope not. So I want to just share with you a few last final ideas. Literally a kind of a call to action. So we don't have a lot of time here, but I want to just ask you to think, what is your end goal? Now, we've heard about starting with the end in mind. Obviously, you got to have some baby steps too, but where would you like to go with this thing? How many of you want to take it all the way? Say aye. Aye. Okay. So what you want to do is just say, okay, if my goal is to take this all the way, triple diamond, triple presidential diamond, whatever that is for you, just make the decision right now that that's the end goal. Now, we need to break that down into some other goals. So I want you to think right now. Take out your pen and paper if you got that, because this is the time I want to ask you to make some commitments, make some decisions, because you don't want to leave here without taking action. So at next Envision, I want you to write down two things. How many people? Well, actually, let's start with this. What rank, what level do you intend to be here at when you attend Envision next year? Is it diamond? Is it platinum? Triple diamond? I want you to write it down. Okay? Whatever you feel in your heart, whatever comes up first, don't second guess it, just write it down. Second thing, I want you to think, I want you to write down how many people that you're going to have here with you next year at Envision. If you found this to be very valuable, how many of you wish you had more people here with you? Yeah. I bet you all do, right? We all do, of course. So how many people are you going to have here with you next year in your team? Not just personally, but in your team. Write that number down. The next thing I want you to do, just like that talk that I just did about a blast, a 30, 60, 90, or 120-day blast. Did that resonate with you? Yes. How many of it resonated with? Say aye. Aye. Okay. I want you to put down the date of when you're going to start your blast. Is it going to be tomorrow? Is it going to be March 15th? Write down the day and make a commitment that it's game on, let's go, okay? The next thing I want you to do is I'll bet you every single one of them, if you haven't made your master list yet of people, I want you to make a commitment and write it down as I commit to making my master list, or to revisit that and add to it this weekend, before the end of tonight or before the end of tomorrow. Make the commitment, write it down, whatever your commitment is. And I'll bet you that there's some people on your chicken list that you haven't called. I want you to write down the names of 3 people that scare the heck out of you, that you haven't called, that need to know about this technology. You owe it to them to let them know about it. Put 3 people down that are on your chicken list. The next thing I want you to do, do you have the 3? Who's got 3? Okay? I'm not seeing a lot of hands. Okay? The chicken list, you want to write those down and use your upline to help communicate and talk with those people, okay? The next thing that you want to do is, I want you to write down 2 things that you're prepared to give up to achieve your goals. A lot of us are spending too much time in front of the EIR. Do you know what that is? It's called the electronic income reducer. Or a television. Okay? Turn it off. Heard Sally Diamond. Sally, how much TV do you watch?
0.
None. There's more important things. We got a mission. We got a purpose. It's time to get after it and go, right? So what are a couple things that you're prepared to give up to do? We've heard people talk about audibles and reading books. Capo's talked about lots of different things to listen to and so forth. If you haven't downloaded Audible, write it down as a commitment right now to do that, and download a few of the suggested things that have been put before you today, so that you're really working on getting your mindset right. and then determine how many hours a week you're going to invest in your business. Now, it's easy to do that. You just back it up. What I mean is there's easiest way, if you've got a job, you block out that time. You can't work that time during doing a SIA. If you've got family commitments, maybe you take a date night once a week, which I strongly encourage, keep a little balance in your life. If you've got church commitments or something else, then guess where all the rest of your time goes? Into your business. And so you just break that down and say, if that's 15 hours a week, if that's 20 hours a week, whatever it is, you treat it like it's a serious business, because it is. All right, so let's get after it and go. I'm going to turn the rest of the time, just real quick here. You have to open your mouth. It's only going to happen if you start talking. And the next thing is it's your time to fly. All right? This actually represents a couple things. Maybe it's your time to fly, but also for your team, it's your turn to kind of kick them out of the nest and help to empower them to be leaders too. All right? So this is the time to fly, time to step up. Now let's...
So good afternoon again. Just before I kind of go through the next few slides, I wonder if we can just thank Bart and Melissa and Justin and Nicole, really putting in so much effort to make this day happen. So there's a lot of work. Thank you so much for putting this day on. So you've kind of heard everything really on the weekend. This kind of slide, I really like this slide about how badly you want it. It really is the size of your dream. What gets you through the tough times, what gets you through the fears is really how badly you want to. We spoke about this morning, didn't we, Julia? We spoke about this very thing this morning. So really, one of the things you have to do is think now very clearly about what it is you're going to do. What does the year of 2020 look like? I don't doubt that many of you at the end of this year could be diamond as long as you unblock your mind to all the stuff that's going on in there that tells you couldn't or why you couldn't. But once you get a reason, an emotional dream, an emotional driver that you are prepared to fight for and do anything for, you can make this happen. So you've really got to want that badly, and if you haven't found it, you've got to find it. You've got to think and find out what that is. Let's go to the next. Can you do the clicker, Bart? Let's go to the next slide. I love this slide. There's a great saying, I don't know if you've ever heard this, fear knocked at the door, faith answered, no one was there. Let me say that again, fear knocked at the door, faith answered, no one was there. You can't have both. What most people do is they vacillate. They go from one to the other. They go from faith, they cross over to fear, and they open the door to fear and let it in, and then it kind of clouds everything. So you can't just like Richard Westbrook talks about olive oil and vinegar. You got one or the other going on, and what do you get? Well, it really kind of depends on what you focus on. Anybody heard the story of the wolf? You got a fear wolf sitting on one shoulder of your mind, and you got a dream wolf sitting on the other one. And which one wins? Exactly, the one that you fear. The challenge for most people is that they open the door to negativity, and you've got to shut that wolf down. You've got to shut it down and feed your dream, feed your dream, feed your dream. Every single day, I feed my dream. Every single day, I'm looking at stuff, visualizing, thinking about different things. You feed your dream, become dream-driven rather than fear-based. So I love this little fella. When you run at your fears, they'll disappear. Most of the fears you've got going on are just mind games. They're not real. They're just an illusion. And if you can kind of learn to deal with that, what gets you through those fears is having a very significant, clear dream. Let's just go on to the last one. Thank you, Bart. So this is, Melissa was just addressing this. Promote the events. Big decisions are made at big events. Some of you in here have made a big decision this weekend. Just show me who's made a big decision this weekend. Can you say it with a bit of noise, please? Yeah. So this is going to be your most energized you're ever going to be in the business. You go to a room like this, you're bulletproof, get into the audibles. What's going to hold that attitude, that resolve now, is keep your mind working, get into the audibles, get into that program, and keep listening to the audibles. That's what's going to put your armour on and give you the defence. Whilst you may be bulletproof now, remember you're going out in the cold light of grey. After this, the emotion of this is gone tomorrow morning. There's just the cold light of Monday, and the telephone or the contact. Then you're going to deal with that. What gets you through that is dream. Have a very clearly decided dream that's going to get you through that. If you struggle with that, get together with somebody in your upline to help you, to make the phone calls to help you kind of do that. So these events definitely makes a difference. This time next year, if you are here for the first time, you're starting to build a business, set a goal this time next year, you come back with 100 people in your team. 100 people. Who thinks they can do that? That's not 100 people you've personally enrolled, that's 100 people in your organisation. And if you watch what happens after that, your organisation, I promise you, will explode after that. So we've got a lot of events on. We just want to share that Julie, you and I are going to be in Sydney next Saturday on the 7th. And Dr. Mike, you're speaking here on Tuesday. Is that right, in Brisbane? In Brisbane. Then you go to, is it Sydney or Melbourne? Everybody got the dates for that? If not, check with your upline. Then you're going to Sandgrove Country, you're going over to Western Australia. And then, what other events have we got? We've got Christina's in Adelaide this weekend. And then we've just decided that, does anybody know people in Prague? Anybody know people in Prague? Anybody like to know people in Prague? Yeah. So Glenn and I are going to be presenting in Prague on the 6th or the 7th of May. So if you know somebody, in Prague, we'll have the dates of that meeting as well. So you're welcome to send people along to that meeting. And of course then there's convention in Anaheim this year. So, do whatever you can. This is a small sample of these conferences. In September, the 24th, I think, 24th of September is the annual conference where ASEA brings all of the global leaders together, everybody from around the world. It's the annual celebration for ASEA. They're always awesome. You get the most amount of information. You can get around the top income earners in the world. In Trish Winkler and Denny Robinson, we get to see the best of the best. I always go to these conferences to learn. Every time I go, I learn something. If you come away from this convention with one thing, that one thing can change your life. That one thing will change your life until the next conference, and you get another thing that will change. Gee, those lights are bright, aren't they? Until the next conference. So these are vital. The best. I was taught this many years ago when I was beginning my journey in this industry back in 1910. That the best promoters always have. You can write this in blood, I promise you. The best promoters always have the largest organisations. The best promoters always have the largest organisations, and that is equally applicable to ASEA as well. So promote, and get people to these events. That's where they make life-changing decisions, and that'll change the face of your organisations forever. And this is not that complicated. I think that's me done. Is that us done? Very good. Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yep, back on. Check one, check two. Hey, that's me! Okay. Isn't it phenomenal? So,